In this digital age, we know that content is not an option, it's a must. And core video assets like a VBC or a video business card, in layman's terms, they're just sales tools that give prospective customers or clients the information that they need to make a purchase. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Keith, and today we're going to talk about core video assets that every business could benefit from. We're not only going to talk about what they are, but I'm going to go over, what really makes them so powerful, why they work. And not just that, but we're also going to explore the magic of repurposing content across multiple platforms. Now, you may have had some videos made for your business and wasn't necessarily super psyched about the results you got. Unfortunately, that's pretty normal. And I think sometimes it's because we don't set the right expectations or goals when we start. And sometimes it's because we think that the one video we're having made is going to be the answer to all our problems, right? And it's not. That's never the case. In truth, your business, my business, any business doesn't need one video. It needs videos. It needs ongoing videos. It needs videos and videos and videos and videos and videos. And we know that the more we stay out in front of our market, especially with a powerful tool like video, our business is going to do better. We're going to be more successful and we're going to be happier with the results. But for some reason, when it comes to video, we just make one. That's the faulty logic that we start with. So unfortunately, it needs a system of videos and a strategy and a blueprint to follow. So they're each working together as different parts in the same system. A system that should be optimized to run 24/7, right? While you sleep or while you're doing something else. These videos are out there on the web, engaging your market, informing them, educating them, answering questions, providing value to them. Ultimately, warming up cold leads and bringing you new customers that are ready to buy. So if you like what you hear so far, we haven't even started yet, so let's dive in. In this digital age, we know that content is not an option, it's a must. And core video assets like a VBC or a video business card, testimonial videos, FAQ videos, case study videos, process videos, and the like, these serve as pillars. These are the pillars of the foundation that play a unique role in building trust and educating customers and providing value and showcasing the value that your products and services provide. Ultimately warming up those cold leads, like we mentioned, and increasing your conversion rates. In layman's terms, they're just sales tools that give prospective customers or clients the information that they need to make a purchase. All right, so let's go through these core assets. First up is the VBC. So from a production standpoint, you can imagine a documentary style interview. And during this interview, we unfold what it is you do, why it is you do it, what problem you solve in the market, what unique selling proposition you have, what really sets you apart from the competition, showcasing features and quality and passion, hopefully with testimonials baked in with social proof of other people that have trusted your business or your products, and then a strong call to action informing them where to take the next step. And this recipe creates a great core marketing video that is your video business card. Instead of handing them a piece of paper, you send them this video and it gives them everything they need to know to do business with you. So what really makes these special is the strategy behind them, in that they demonstrate the value you provide while also addressing pain points that your prospect or your customers may have. And oftentimes objections they may have will be answered in the process, ideally from a customer testimonial in there, because if they hear it from them, they'll believe it more. Now, we don't just throw anything together, right? We have the documentary style interview. We set it to the right music that matches your brand and the message in that video that really helps push that story, and then overlay it with cinematic visuals and any text or any graphics that are going to illustrate some of the key points. And this is really the perfect recipe for a multi-purpose video that's going to be evergreen and going to be foundational in your marketing for the next 5+ years. So next up are the testimonial videos. These testimonial videos, they're normally utilized within a VBC when possible, the video business card, as a social proof component we talked about. But they're actually good as standalone videos. And what makes these interesting is when we hear from a customer, we're actually sold more than when we hear from the salesman, right? When the salesman says it, we know we're being sold. But when the customer tells us, we have a tendency to believe that more. We're all customers in some way. And we've all been browsing online. We've all came across a business or a product or service that we wanted to know more. And while considering it, we really have this question of, will it work for me? So the testimonial is a way to show them someone like themselves that had the same issues, the same pain points, the same doubts, took the chance and got the results. Okay, so the next one is FAQ videos, frequently asked questions. And I'll just say that, the better we answer the common questions that our prospects or customers or leads have, the higher chance of earning or keeping their business. A lot of times an FAQ is really an objection. They want to know something, and if they get the right answer, it might mean purchasing. So oftentimes, the FAQ can help the conversion or help keep clients or gain clients when lack of information might have been the reason they walk away or leave your website. So anytime we bite the bullet, I don't like being in front of this camera, but anytime we bite the bullet and we jump in front of the camera, we now make a human connection, and that person is dying for that in this digital AI world. This is going to resonate more with them, right? Does it resonate more with you than if I had some robotic voice and my face wasn't up here? So take this opportunity and make your FAQs video form with a friendly customer service person looking right into the lens, talking directly to their audience. So the last two I'm going to batch together, and it's process videos and case studies. They're very simple, and if I had to sum them up, the reason why they work, what they do is they help someone, especially higher ticket offers, if you're in construction or something that costs a lot of money, it's a lot more consideration. This lets them see it, right? They can visualize what it's like working with you, what it's like through the process, right? A process video is going to document what that process journey was like, and it gives them the expectation of what it's going to be like working with you, right? And that helps their overall decision making on whether or not you're right for them. And the only way the case study is different, it does help them visualize, but we demonstrate point A to point B, right? From overweight to in shape or whatever it may be, but we document the customer's journey, the role that you played in assisting and are giving them the roadmap which led them there, and the coaching and the motivation and the strategies that ultimately led to their success. So again, this allows us to see it, to know what we're going to get, but also that social part is in there too, where we see someone like us that has similar problems but found success. So very powerful. Now we're going to talk about why these are so powerful, why they work. But before we do, I want to talk about the repurposing. Remember the magic of repurposing content for different platforms? This is really a key part of content strategy, and especially when you're talking about creating higher volumes of content, having greater reach on multiple platforms, right? And ultimately seeing a better return on your investment. So the idea of creating the content, so to speak, is really just the beginning. Right? The magic lies in taking a core asset or a YouTube video that's longer form and finding a way to take that content and repurpose it into short form content, often vertical ratios for IG Reels and Facebook Reels, for TikTok Reels. So not only can we think of ways to save ourselves time and to better serve our prospects, our customers, and business associates, but what we're actually doing is we're making sure that the one piece of content, that reach from that content extends further out than just that original piece of content and reinforces that messaging with different touch points across different platforms. So why are these essential? What makes them so powerful? So first of all, I think it's because they work together. It's not a standalone video by itself, hoping that it achieves certain results. So let's take a step back and just say, well, marketing is effective communication with our market, right? If we take that concept into a digital world online, right? Like you're on YouTube or somewhere on the internet right now watching this. I didn't bump into you on the street. I didn't meet you at a local networking event. I didn't meet you at the farmer's market, right? You're out there in the digital world. I probably would not have bumped into you or had this conversation with you. But this is out there now, right? I want to meet people that could benefit from what I do. And I want to reach them in a place that I can't physically be. So how do I do that, right? Well, where are they? And honestly, this video, YouTube, is one of those ways, right? I'm making this video so that my company is found in a search engine result, or on a YouTube search, or through a Facebook post, to reach out to these people, engage them, let them know I'm a person here in their community that knows about these things, that can solve these problems for them, take that burden off their plate so they're living a better life. That's half the battle right there. It's a real simple overview, but that's half the battle right there. And that's what makes these so powerful, is video is highly prioritized in search. So you're gonna have a better chance being found. People rather watch videos than read text. Text on a website is for SEO purposes, but no one reads it. If we see a play button, we'd rather click that, especially if it looks high quality. We think we're gonna get better information or we're gonna have a better experience. While they click play, it's gonna keep them engaged, it's gonna keep them watching, hopefully going through a series of pain points and common objections social proof, whatever's necessary for that video, for that moment, and a call to action for what that type of person should do next. So this is gonna have a far better result. It makes an emotional connection. And we retain way more information through a video. We'd rather watch a video, it's easier. All of these reasons, it's so much more effective and compelling and can have huge results for your business when done right and consistently. All right, so now that you know about core video assets and why they work, right? I mentioned in here about how AI, search generative experience, was changing search ranking, SEO, and SEO traffic. So if your company relies heavily on traffic coming from content marketing, I definitely suggest you watch the next video. It's somewhere up here about how there's changes coming. There's changes that are here that are really, really gonna have a negative impact on that if you don't pivot now. And it walks through everything, okay? I gave this presentation at a local workshop. I made a YouTube video to share it with people that couldn't make it, and I'm sharing it with you now, so go ahead and check that out.